Hello everybody, Inter back again with another video. I will try to hold this video pretty short, guys, because I want to talk about Wimbledon, my thoughts so far. The first day, not the first day, the second day of this wonderful tournament, the greatest tennis tournament in the world, in my opinion, and in many opinions. What I have to say so far, and I want to talk, of course, about the biggest favorites that we have in this tournament and that we have in all Grand Slams, pretty much. And of course, it is Nadal, Djokovic, and Federer. All the three have played their first matches. Djokovic looked pretty solid against Philipp Kohlschreiber. He won in straight sets. That was not the easy first round for Djokovic. Philipp Kohlschreiber has been a very, very good tennis player and a top 100 tennis player for over 10 years now. And he has defeated Djokovic before, most recently, earlier this year, actually. In Indian Wells, I believe, he defeated Djokovic earlier this year. So that was an early test for Djokovic. But of course, Djokovic defeated Philipp Kohlschreiber in straight sets. So solid performance from Djokovic, all in all. He didn't lose any set. He won in 3-0. So Djokovic is going through to the second round. Then we have Roger Federer, who played earlier today. He didn't look as good as Djokovic because he lost one set. He lost that first set. He won in 4 sets. So after seeing Federer today, guys, that only made me more convinced. That only made me more sure why I have put Federer as number 3rd favorite in Wimbledon. Because not many, but some of the comments that I have received, they have said to me, why Federer as number 3rd favorite in Wimbledon? Guys, let's face it, guys. I am a big Roger Federer fan. I have said to you many times. But I am not a biased Roger Federer fan. I am not an unrealistic Federer fan. I am a very, very realistic Federer fan. Federer is 37 years old, almost 38 years old. The days where Federer is the number 1 favorite is over, guys. They are behind him. He is still a very, very good tennis player. He is the world number 3. And he won Halle a couple of weeks ago. So he is one of the favorites. But to have Roger Federer as the number 1 favorite, like some people have, I don't care that it is Wimbledon. I don't care that he has won this tournament 8 times. He is 37 years old, guys. Almost 38 years old. It is insane to have a guy like that as the number 1 favorite in a Grand Slam tournament. Even Federer said the last time he won a slam in 2018 Australian Open, when he won the last slam he won, he said a 36 years old shouldn't be the number 1 favorite because he was 36 years old that time. He said that, and I truly believe him, and I agree with him. At time 36 years old he was in 2018 Australian Open, and now he is 37, almost 38. To consider him as the number 1 favorite. Come on, guys. And he showed that in the first round already why he shouldn't be the number 1 favorite, and he isn't. Not in my book, at least. He won his match in 4 sets. He didn't win in straight sets like Djokovic did. He won in 4 sets. Yes, he got through. He was never in danger. Yeah, I know that. But he lost a set. I don't care that he was not. We all know that Federer would never lose this first match in Wimbledon. We all knew this. But he lost a set. He lost a set. Something Djokovic didn't do. Something Nadal didn't do. I'm going to speak about Nadal now. My number 2nd favorite, which is Rafa Nadal. He was cruise control. He won in straight sets. He was never in danger. And Nadal played like Nadal always play. He always delivers. I have said so many times, I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. Nadal is the most consistent tennis player that I have ever seen. When I say consistent, I mean point in and point out. out. I mean, to not beat himself. I mean, to not give anything for free. Nadal can lose in Wimbledon. He can lose. Of course he can lose. Nadal is not as invincible in Wimbledon like he's in French Open. Absolutely not. But Nadal is not bad on grass, guys. He has won 5 times. He has been in 5 Wimbledon finals and he has won 2 Wimbledon titles. The thing with Nadal, for me at least, when I predict Nadal to win matches, I feel comfortable doing it because I know that if Nadal loses, which he can do of course, he will do it by someone else playing his match of his life. He will never beat himself, like Federer can do and like Djokovic can do. Like Federer basically beat himself in US Open last year against Millman. Millman didn't defeat Federer. Federer defeated himself. Federer did, I think, 77. I think Federer did against Millman last year in US Open 77 unforced errors in that match. And Djokovic, he more or less, not in the same terms as Federer against Millman in US Open last year. Djokovic defeated himself against Dominic Thiem earlier this year in French Open. Not in the same way. But he did 52 unforced errors, Djokovic. 52! Nadal is not like this. Nadal is not like this, guys. He isn't. Even when he loses, like he did against Djokovic in Wimbledon semi-final last year, he loses with dignity. He loses because the opponent defeats him. He will never defeat himself. Even in that Australian Open final earlier this year against Djokovic, when Djokovic did his match of his life, in my opinion. Djokovic did his match of his life. Yeah, I know he played better against Poil in the semi-final in Australian Open. He only did 5 unforced errors against Poil. But considering which opponent Djokovic had in the final, of course, he had Nadal. Nadal is a much better tennis player than Poil. That was Djokovic's best match of his life. He only did 9 unforced errors in 3 sets. 9 against Nadal, who doesn't give you much for free. And Nadal, I know Nadal didn't do his best match of his life in that Australian Open final, I know that. But he was still not a disaster. He only did 28 unforced errors. 28! He didn't beat himself. Djokovic defeated him. And that's why I feel comfortable to predict Nadal, to have Nadal high as number 2, as my number 2 favorite in Wimbledon, because I know that he will never defeat himself. If he gets defeated in Wimbledon, which he can, of course, it will be by someone who plays his match of his life. That's the reason why I feel comfortable to have Nadal high on my favorite list, even on Wimbledon. Even though grass is not his best surface, that doesn't make him a bad grass player. Absolutely not. Nadal will never defeat himself, like Roger can do, and like Novak can do as well. Sometimes. Not Rafa? No. He will never beat himself because he's consistent. He always delivers. He will show up great performances. He will not give his opponents free points. He is the most consistent tennis player of all time. Of all time, guys. Period. He will not beat himself. And now, next up for Rafa is Kyrgios. Kyrgios is a dangerous player, of course, but I think Rafa will defeat Kyrgios. All respect to Kyrgios, but he is not consistent, guys. He barely won his first match. He played 5 sets against Thompson. So, of course, Kyrgios has defeated Nadal before. Yes, I know that. He defeated Rafa earlier this year in Acapulco and has defeated Rafa before in slams as well in Wimbledon 2014. But it is not many players who can defeat Rafa Nadal 2 times in a slam. It is not many players, guys. Don't forget that. Djokovic has done it. Federer has done it. I don't know. I've probably forgot something. I think Djokovic, of course. Federer has done it. Has defeated Rafa 2 times in slams. And not many players, for sure. Not many players, guys. Federer maybe has done it as well. Defeated Rafa 2 times in slams. Maybe. I'm not sure. I know that Federer has defeated Rafa 1 time in US Open. Back 8 or 10 years ago. But it is not many players. And Kyrgios, will he defeat Rafa 2 times in a Grand Slam? 1 time he did in 2014. Will he do it now as well? No, I don't think so. Kyrgios is not consistent enough. Rafa will take care of Kyrgios. I think Rafa will win 3-0 or maybe in 4 sets. But most likely in straight sets. That is my opinion. Rafa is too consistent. Rafa's biggest danger, in my opinion, if Rafa gets through him, then Rafa will be in the final, in the Wimbledon final, in my opinion. That is my opinion. And the Rafa's most dangerous player that he has ahead of him, I think, it is Tsonga in the third round. Tsonga is dangerous, guys. Tsonga is really, really dangerous. He has a huge serve. He has a huge forehand. He can take the racket out. He can take the racket outside, out from Rafa's hand. He really can do that. So if Rafa gets through Tsonga, which I think he will, but it is a dangerous match. For sure, it is a dangerous match. I think we have Rafa in that Wimbledon final. I really think, guys. I really think against Djokovic. I know Federer is on Rafa's side as well, but I don't trust in Federer's consistency level like I trust in Rafa's. Even though Federer is a better grass court player than Nadal, and the results tells the story to that as well. But I don't especially not this late in Federer's career, I don't trust in Federer's consistency level. I really don't do. I think Federer will go to that semi-final, but I'm not 100% sure. Federer can be upset before that semi-final match, but I think he will get there, Federer. I think, but I'm not sure. But if Rafa gets through Tsonga in the third round, which is a big and dangerous match for Rafa in the third round, I think Rafa will be in the final, in the Wimbledon final, guys. That is my feeling. I really think. And even if Federer gets to that semi-final, I think Rafa will defeat him. Because I know that Rafa will never defeat himself. I know that Rafa will never do 40, 50 unforced errors. But I don't know that about Federer. I am not feeling comfortable to say that of Federer. Because I know that Federer can produce 40, 50 unforced errors, guys. So that's the reason why I have Rafa as my number 2 favorite in Wimbledon and Federer as my number 3 favorite in Wimbledon. Because I just trust in Rafa more, especially nowadays. I just trust in Rafa's consistency level much more than Federer's consistency level. That's for sure. In all these 3 giants, Djokovic, Federer and Nadal, I trust in Rafa's consistency level more than the other 2. I really do. Alright guys, this was it for me today about this, all my thoughts about Wimbledon. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoy about tennis that we have in Wimbledon. Take care and bye bye.